Today I'd like to share some of the special challenges of dating when you're widowed. This piece is geared more towards widows and widowers. However, we all have friends that have lost a spouse, so it might be beneficial for you to continue watching and get a little better understanding of what they're going through and the challenges they face. Dating as a widow or widower is quite different than dating as a divorcee. Some will argue that dating as a divorcee is much harder because your ex is still around and you run into them and run the risk of seeing them and having to deal with them after your divorce. To some extent this is true, and I've experienced the frustrations of dealing with an ex. Through my experience in dealing with widows and widowers, I find they have a whole different set of issues to deal with. Very few widowers have ever told me that they were glad their spouses were gone. In fact, more have told me they had a great marriage and overall were very happy. There is the year of firsts. This first year of being widowed seems to be the toughest for most people. You're missing your mate and trying to recover emotionally, and then you realize it's your first birthday, your first anniversary, and all of the holidays without them. Each time you think you're making progress during the year, you hit another first. You're invited out to be with friends and they're all married. It feels a little awkward because you're alone, single. In the beginning, the two of you had shared household and family responsibilities. Now it all falls on you. You have to make the decisions. You have to get the cars fixed, call the plumber, mow the yard, pay the bills. All of this on top of the grief and loneliness. It may even feel as if you're floundering or even drowning in a sea of overwhelm. Your life has changed forever. And I know I'm being Mr. Obvious. Yet there are things you'll need to think about, especially if you're newly widowed. From my years as a financial advisor, the worst thing you can do is make any major changes in your life, especially financial ones. Just sit on your money for a year. What seems like a logical decision today will usually be the wrong one a year from now. If you have a mortgage on your home, don't pay it off right away. If you have investments, don't change them yet. Give yourself some time to get through the emotional fog before you make any major decisions. All of your future plans are now up in the air. The things the two of you had planned for in your future are now up for review. Vacations, retirement, travel, and anything else you had planned for together is now different. Financial resources need to be reviewed. Do you have enough income to retire and/or maintain your present lifestyle? Your friends and family want you to be happy. After a period of time, your friends will start to encourage you to get out and start dating again. They are well-meaning, but they have no clue what you're going through. You've lost the most important person in your life, and they want you to be happy and start dating again. My one single best piece of advice for you is don't do it. You're not ready. Take your time to grieve and heal from this emotional trauma. It's not something you get over quickly. When you're ready to date, you'll know it. When you're ready for another relationship, you'll know that too. One of the hardest things to do when you feel you're ready is to make sure your kids and the rest of your family are on board with your decision. Children, even adult children, may look at your dating as disrespectful to the parent they lost. The key is to take your time, have conversations with your kids, your family, and even your late spouse's family. Keep everyone in the loop and let them know how you feel and what your emotional and companionship needs are. In summary, all of these things I've mentioned today and many more will have an impact on your dating life. It is important to take care of you first. You are of no value to anyone, including your family, if you aren't physically and emotionally healthy. Take your time. There's no urgency to make major financial decisions other than to make sure that the day-to-day expenses are taken care of. There's no urgency to start dating. Give yourself plenty of time to grieve and heal from the loss of your spouse. One of the worst things you can do is start dating too early and be emotionally vulnerable to the wrong people and wrong relationships. I hope today's topic is helpful. Join me next week for part 2, What Will It Be Like the Second Time Around? Now please go to my Facebook page, Rick Sotheby, Relationship Coach, and click the like button so that you can see my daily tips, insights, and inspirations in your newsfeed. Then join me on Facebook Weekly for Monday Mastery live at 5, where I talk about whatever's happened over the weekend and how it applies to dating and relationships. Thanks for watching. Have a great and blessed day.